Yo, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy BDB, and today I have a video I want to talk about. So I know that most of us have played College Football 25. So the next game coming out is College Football 26. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be wondering, what are they going to put into the game? They did drop a trailer, and they called it The Call, talking about College Football 26 and Madden 26. And a lot of people have dissected the trailer, seen new things that they might add into the game. And here's what I really want to talk about is things I wish they put into the game of College Football 26. Now, the first thing I wish they put into the game, put in more licensed songs. There's a lot of teams where I feel like the songs we have left out a lot, like with Wisconsin and Jump Around. We got to add that into the game. Oregon and the Shout tradition. You got to add that into the game. South Carolina and the 2001 Space Odyssey intro. How do you not add that? That is one of the most infamous college football intros of all time. One of, not the greatest, but I said one of. Okay, don't be in the comments. Actually, that's not true. South Carolina's 2001 Space Odyssey. It's not that great. I said it's one of the greatest intros. Okay, but they didn't add 2001 Space Odyssey, which I am shocked. And then what all they do is add Sandstorm and add College Football 25, and it doesn't. Yeah, it's cool. Like South Carolina does Sandstorm as their intro, but at the same time they also have Space Odyssey, so you need to add Space Odyssey if you're going to have Sandstorm into the game. And then they also need to add the Sandstorm remix for South Carolina, because they also have that in the game where they need hey, just waving the towels, yelling hey, or hey, whatever they yell. I've never been to South Carolina, but another thing they need to add with Florida State's the Spike 'em song, you know, like FLORIDASTATE. Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! Like all that stuff, bro. They need to add Penn State with Sweet Caroline, 7 Nation Army, Pittsburgh. They also do Sweet Caroline. I mean, you gotta add Florida University with their Won't Back Down, Alabama, Dixieland Delight, LSU, Set It Off by Boosie. You gotta add all of that into the game. And I feel like all of that not being in the game, it really sets the game back from feeling like an actual college football traditional game. It really holds it back. So my thing I wish they put into that game is you put more songs into the game. Now, Texas A&M, I wish they put their power intro into the game when the team's walking out and they walk out to the song Power by Kanye West. Now, I understand they took that song away because they had some issues with Kanye West and everything, so they took it away for some time, which I understand. If they didn't put it in College Football 25, because they didn't, by the time College Football 25 was coming out, Texas A&M couldn't use power. So, but I think hopefully in the next college football, they will be able to put the song Power into their intro. I hope they do. If they don't, I will be very disappointed with EA Sports for not putting Power into Texas A&M's intro. Now, another thing I wish they could put into NCAA 26, and I'm going to be honest, put LED light shows into the game. Now they need to have a setting, like I said, epilepsy mode, if you want to have it on or off, because some people have epilepsy, some people might get seizures, everything like that. But I feel like they need to add that into the game, because, you know, like I said, a lot of college football stadiums now, especially in the SEC, more prominent there, they have LED light shows. They have a lot of LED light shows where in timeouts or any touchdowns, the lights flicker, turn on and off, all that stuff. Around the stadium, the lights are going on and off, or everything like that. Or like before the game, the LED lights are getting bright and everything. They need to add that into the game. And I think that's what really revs up a college football crowd. It's not only if it's a night game, but when the LED lights are bright, oh yeah, that college football crowd is going crazy. They're going crazy. I'm telling you. But I think that's what they need to add for College Football 26 is definitely add LED light shows. Let it be a mode if you want to have epilepsy mode on or if you want to have it off. Now, another thing I think they need to add into, and I'm really more of an environmental college type of guy where I like to see the environment getting hype. I mean, gameplay is going to be gameplay. But most of the people love college football because of the environment, the crowd, the traditions. So you gotta get that down pack before you get the gameplay down pack. In my opinion, if you get the crowd and the environment and everything down pack, it can make the game a lot better. Now, the next thing I wish they put into the game, in for like dynasty mode or anything like that, because I'm a dynasty mode head. Like, I really played dynasty. I did not touch Road to Glory in College Football 25. I touched dynasty most of the time. I use Penn State. Anytime I'm playing a quick game, anytime I'm playing an online game, or anytime I'm playing dynasty, I'm using Penn State Nittany Lions. I don't care who else I'm using. I'm using Penn State Nittany Lions because I just love them. And I love the environment of Penn State. Now, I love my Florida State Seminoles too, but Penn State, I really love Penn State. Okay, don't judge me. I really love Penn State. Now, what I really hope they add into the game is being able to edit the stadium, because stadium and college football teams, like, they renovate their stadiums pretty often. So for Dynasty, I hope they add that into the mode where you can create or edit the stadium and not being like, oh, you have to win a certain amount of games or you have to have a certain amount of money to do. No, just edit the stadium how you like it before every year, before every season. Be like, all right, we're going to edit the stadium. We're going to add this. You can make your crowds even larger or make it one of the biggest stadiums in college football, maybe the world. Like, you got to add, like, I hope they add things like if you want to make your stadium a dome, if you don't want to make it a dome, I wish they add things, because they have that in Madden for not Madden. Yeah, they have it in Madden where you can renovate the stadium, upgrade the stadiums with the seating, concession, parking lot, all this stuff. They need to add it for College Football 26, where you can upgrade the stadium, the college parking, and the concession stands, all that stuff, because college football stadiums go through a lot more reservations than people think. They really do go through a lot of renovations. Now, another thing I wish college football would add, and I'm begging college football to add this, is customization to the football game before you play the game. And if you don't know what I mean, here's what I mean. If you're about to play a quick game, like a quick game, like say like co-op with the couch, or you're about to play an online game, what they need to let you do in the menu is, when you go to settings and you get to pick whatever you want to do, if you get to pick the weather, the time, the announcers, that's cool. The place you want it to be located, wherever, like, that's cool. But another thing they need to do, and I wish they added, is the live weather. They used to have it in the old NCAAs, but I wish they added to this NCAA coming up in College Football 26, where you could add live weather, and not just where you are, but in that state, in that exact area. Like, say, like, if in Tallahassee, Florida, at Doak Campbell Stadium, it's 72 degrees, but it's pouring down rain. But where I'm at is 80 degrees and hot sunshine. Don't let it be 80 degrees hot sunshine. If it's pouring down rain, 72 degrees in Doak Campbell, let it be that. Don't let it be 80 degrees because where I'm at. No, let it be where it's actually at that stadium at that time. You see what I'm saying? That type of thing. But another thing I wish they add into the game is customization to the crowd. If you don't know what I mean, you ain't going to understand it, but I'm going to explain it for you. Before you pick the game, like I said, you get to pick the time, location, you get to pick the announcers, you get to pick, playbook, all that stuff. You get to pick anything you want, the weather, everything like that. But what I wish they let you do is pick you get to customize the crowd environment. Meaning, say like with Tennessee, you can pick if I want to have a checkered flag game, if I want to have a checkered game, where it's orange and white, if I want to just have it playing like a bland game where it's white and orange, like the crowd wears whatever they want to wear, or you could have it like, you know what I mean, or a blackout game where the whole crowd is wearing black. Oregon, where if I can tell the crowd, okay, just wear whatever you want to wear, or the crowd wears all green, all yellow, green and yellow, that type of thing. Penn State, where the crowd is either a blue or white stripe out game. Or you can wear, like I said, it's either a striped helmet game, you either wearing a blue and white checkered game, or a infamous whiteout game, or you can just wherever you want game. I wish they put that in the menu before you play the games. And what I wish they do with the toughness ranking, if it's a bland game, you get the bland toughness ranking, right? Now, depending on the settings you put, will either improve it or keep it the same. Like, say, like with Penn State. We all know Penn State is one of the hardest places to play at. And the reason why I'm saying Penn State, because I use them the most in College Football 25. I know every single dissect thing about Penn State. Obviously, they were like, what, number 6 ranking in the toughness crowd, right? That's during the day. But let it be a night game. And I think, like, the different time zones that you pick, the harder and more difficult the crowd gets, if that makes any sense. So if it's a 12 o'clock game, they're going to be the 6th tough rank. Like 6th toughest crowd to play at, because yeah, Penn State is loud, but they're not a daytime type of team. Let it get into the 4 o'clock range. All right, that 6 is gonna go to about a 4. That 6 is gonna go to a 4 or 5, depending on who you play. But let it go from a 4 o'clock to a 6 o'clock. All right, now you're pushing it in the 3s. You're pushing it in the top 3. But let it be at 8 o'clock or a 9 o'clock. Oh, you in the 1. That's 1. That type of thing. So if it's like depending on the time zone, will depend on how tough the crowd is going to be, if that makes any sense. So it's more customization to the game. So it feels, because everybody knows the toughest games and the loudest games to play in college football is night games. But I will talk about that in this part 2 that's going to come out.